Evening, everyone. Well, this is fun. I'm in the shed at the back, so keeping it contained, but the lighting's decent here, so we'll go with it. Today, I want to talk about watching YouTube channels with people like this kind of thing that I'm doing, watching YouTube channels where people that resonate with you and help you, having them on repeat, basically. I know that some people think you should not watch lots of YouTube or not take in all this information and not be taking notes and processing it, but I don't think, maybe for some that's beneficial. For me, it's more about being around it, having the way of looking at it sort of repeated and taking it in through osmosis rather than taking notes. I mean, I got to do this now, because I don't think that really works. I don't actually believe that's beneficial for everyone. I think that's just how you memorize things, but we're not interested in memorizing things. We're interested in transformation. So what I think is the best thing you can do, either if you find a friend group or a friend in particular that you are I want to be more like that, or this person seems to get it, or it resonates with you, then spend as much time with them as you can. If you need to voice memo them, call them, whatever it might be. And this applies for different groups of friends or different friends different friends as well, because you might be able to learn from different friends. But I find that it can be difficult to spend enough time around people because we're all so separated. I've said this in a previous video, that we need to bring back the sleepover mentality, where we're just hanging out with our friends when we're kids, just all day, and then we have a sleepover and we're hanging out again. It's just you just keep on hanging out, and we don't do that enough, I don't believe. And so it's that mindset. You just want to be hanging around people, and we all know that the people you hang around influence you so significantly, because we're so socially wired, it's impossible to escape it, even with significant willpower. So how do you do that, or how do you replicate that? And for me, the most important thing to have done, I've gotten so much from different YouTube channels, and they've taught me, I'll listen to one or two at a time usually, and it's usually sort of a combination of, I don't know, two different things usually. Sometimes it's just one, maybe it's more some other times, but usually it's one or two channels, and they'll just I'll just binge everything they have, or I'll just have it on as often as I can. And I think this is so valuable. I do think it's important to be able to be quiet and that kind of thing, but the other part of being quiet and with your thoughts is entropy occurs, and natural, if your mind's not ordered, or if you don't have a good perspective to interpret life, then you're going to get tripped up at certain points. And so having these ideas in your mind, allowing you to digest them, make sense of them, sort of try them on, having them as much as you can throughout the day is such a big help. And I've found that for periods, it could be a month, it could be way longer, I'll listen to these people and I'll go through these transformations, and it's trying on these new way of looking things, and I level up. And then you go to the next video. It's often hard to find someone in the meantime, but often, you'll find the next person when you need to, and you sort of level up again, and you realize, oh shit, I keep getting caught in this mindset. And it's very hard if your family, your friends, your existing friends and family, or work colleagues, all these people that you, society in general, that you are around, it's very difficult if to maintain these perspectives, which are often different and a higher perspective. It's very hard to maintain them when everyone else is looking at things in a different way. So that's why I think it's so important these days, and there's so much noise as well. So I don't think it's good to listen to heaps of different things, because I think it creates confusion. I think it's not a conscious thing. You just look, and maybe the YouTube algorithm shows it to you, or whatever. You'll just be shown it when you need to, and it'll resonate with you, and just consuming as much as you can of that for that period, and then naturally you'll go through the cycle and it won't resonate as much anymore, and you'll feel like you've got the message and you're ready for the next message or the next sort of leveling up. So yeah, I just want to say I think that's such a valuable thing to do. Other social media I don't value as much. I know people think that you can, you curate who you follow and you can maybe get positive messaging, all these kinds of things. I do think that's true, but I think there's so much other garbage on there. It's really designed to sort of take in just, well, I guess so is YouTube, but I think it's particularly bad. It's kind of have this comparison thing, this kind of short form imagey, like, I don't know, I don't love it. Whereas YouTube, I think is good, the longer format stuff. Shorts, same as Reels, same as TikTok videos, like all of these things, I don't think they're necessarily positive. They can be really positive and give you a laugh and open you up as well. There's no doubt about it, but I think it's just the intensity of it is not really healthy and it's very addictive. So I think, yeah, if you get it from listening to podcasts, that's great as well. Like maybe, I'm sure you do this naturally anyway. Like maybe you're into, I don't know, Joe Schmo's podcast on X, and you listen to that and you sort of listen to it all, and then you kind of get over it. Or if it's good and they continue to evolve, maybe you continue listening to it. But same sort of thing, maybe you're into Joe Rogan or something for a period, nothing wrong with that. And then maybe you're not so into Joe Rogan for anymore. And you're going through these stages of, like, I would say, evolution of consciousness, and different people have different lessons to teach you. And these are like mentors, these are like gurus. And not because they've got it all figured out usually, but just because there's a particular lesson or way of looking at things that you need to learn. And so, yeah, YouTube, longer form content, I'm talking like 10 minutes plus, and I just mean not reels and those kinds of things, shorts. Podcasts, friends, if you have them, friend groups, so like meetups, whatever you can do, spending as much time in those places, but not forcing it as well. Like, yeah, like, because it resonates with you and you're genuinely interested, and so not being afraid to maintain friendships. And even if someone on a YouTube channel has like got some sort of meetup, like often these kinds of group people that I listen to often have like some sort of meetups and boys groups or just general groups, and it's kind of like, if you just join one of those, try it out or try different things, but just, yeah, keep yourself around, surrounded by people as much as possible that are lifting you up and pushing you to a perspective that makes you experience more well-being in life and learn the lessons that you need to. Some of them are going to be more material lessons, and that's fine. Often you need those on your spiritual journey as well. So follow that, and shy being able to do that, supplement it with videos of people that resonate with you, and don't force it as well. Like if you go through a period where not much on YouTube is interesting you, then just bin it off for a bit, come back, like just, I find it usually finds me, like I'll I might even come back to certain people that I listened to before, but not forcing it. So like you go through phases where you just need to do, and you don't want to take in content, and even reading to an extent. Like reading's another example. Reading the same book, because it takes time to read the book, or if you finish the book, same author, like really ingest those ideas and process them and embody them. Gain the wisdom, like let them open you up, and then you act and it shifts, and you gain that wisdom. So it's just so important. I don't think anything's been more significant in my life, bar perhaps being one-on-one with friends, certain friends, or certain people, certain teachers, or however you want to say it. But seriously, I think the majority has been through YouTube, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, in fact, it's awesome. I think it's great. That's why I'm doing this. I get so much out of it. And so, yeah, I'm saying rinse whatever podcast, YouTube channel, personality, friend group, book, just like immerse yourself in it as much as possible, because you're going to want to fall back into your old way of thinking and old way of being, and you need to continually pump yourself up until you get it, and then until that's your baseline now. and then you can go from there. So on another note, I think that's why it's so important that, you know, I do this, people out there continue to share what they know. I'll talk about this in another video, but I think really it does help so much, because your certain flavor, your personality, all of that comes out, and that could be the thing that helps someone else get to the next level. And you don't have to know it all. Just be where you're at and just sort of have fun with it. Like, this is really enjoyable for me. I love talking about this stuff. This is like what gets me going, and if it helps people, then I'm stoked. And yeah, if it helps people as much as other people on YouTube doing the same thing have helped me, then I'm a very happy man. So yeah, keep listening to that stuff as much as possible. Drown out the noise and just listen to it. It's not a bad thing, I don't think. I think you still need to you do need to be able to balance that with like some sort of meditation and quiet time. Like I always say, you got to be able to ground yourself, bring yourself back to home base. So that, you know, that's meditation, some sort of breathing or transmutation, silent time in walks in nature, walks in general, that kind of thing. But that might also be a good time to listen to these, like if you're doing a walk, to listen to these kinds of videos and similar things. But you need to balance it with some quiet time and introspection. But otherwise throughout the day, because you're interfacing with the world and people, you're gonna you're going to be swayed, and you know it's hard to navigate. You don't have all the answers. So that's why it's more about the state and the mindset that you're in so much than it is you know, the particular thoughts. Like, oh no, we get in our minds and we're like, I got to do this, I got to do that, this person said that, so you know, and we're thinking all this kind of stuff, when in reality you need to get out of your mind and into sort of more instinctive mode and what resonates with you. And it's hard to do that when different people are trying to tell you to do this, and you should be sad, you know, you naughty boy, you done this, blah blah blah, you should be scared, you know, the world's ending, or you know, all this stuff. And you have to protect your frame, and it's very difficult to protect your frame because you get overwhelmed and you accept these ideas. And that's why it's really good to take on the energy through osmosis. The mindset is like, it's a state. Take on the state of these people that speak to you, and you will be sweet. And just keep doing it, and you just graduate. It's like such a beautiful gift, these things. I'm like, this is the positive side of technology, and use it to the max. See you next time.